Good afternoon. My name is Andrea Fayad. I am 38 years old. I live in Acacias Meta. My encounter with English was since I was a little girl. Some members of my family spoke English, and we had some family relations abroad. So my curiosity starts since then. I used to pay a lot of attention to my teachers, and I always was watching movies and listening music in English. My mother was an English teacher at that time, so she encouraged me to learn and to practice. But it wasn't until I got to my 80s when I conscientiously start to practice even more. And I forced myself to make my inner narrative in English because all of us talk to ourselves in our minds all the time. So I use that as a learning tool. At the beginning, it was difficult because there were a lot of words that I didn't know. So as soon as I could look for them, I did. So I improved my inner speech gradually. I got better on time to time. I got better in reading, writing, and listening, but my speaking was poor. So I started reading out loud, and I made efforts to get jobs in which I have to talk in English. And I also made the best I could to surround myself with people who speaks the language so I would have the chance to improve my speaking skills. I about the speaking skills I also noticed through all these years that even if you really practice every day, if you stop practicing for a while, like from for 2 or 3 or 6 months or 1 year, you're gonna start losing information. So you will need, like, one of my conclusions of my learning process is like I shouldn't stop reading in English or listening to something or practicing all the time because we're living in a Spanish country, so it's difficult to be in touch with the language all the time. So we need to make an extra effort to do it. Um, so regarding the reading I made, I agree with the constructivism, holding that knowledge is not mechanically acquired, but actively constructed into the learning environment. Learning environment. We need to surround ourselves of different tools and different ways of learning in order to improve all the skills in a language. Basically, that was what I did without knowing. When I decide to start this career, I decide to take advantage of all of the English improving opportunities I would be able to encounter, and that is what I had been doing since I start. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.